good, y'all? Welcome back to Monday Magic. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are in the middle of a dope ass day, setting the tone for a dope ass week. For real, for real. I don't know. I feel like the energies are powerful. I feel like the energy of transformation is definitely in the air. The energy of realization, like, that moment when everything you've been working towards and everything you've envisioned, and what it's all been about. That moment when it's like, boom, it meets you in the physical. You see it and you're like, wow. And you get that moment where it's like, this is what it was all for. The hard days, the days you felt like giving up, the moments of light at the end of the tunnel, all that. That's what it was all for. So it's like, yeah, that's the season we're in right now. That's the energy we're in right now. And I'm excited to see what comes through today and to see what unfolds for the rest of the week, not only for myself, but for you all and just the world in general. So thank you for being here, and let's get into it. To start, you already know we gotta dot our I's and cross our T's. So let's do a little presence practice. First, we're gonna do some deep breaths. Make sure that your exhales are longer than your inhales to promote relaxation. So we're gonna do a few of those, and then we're gonna do our body scan. So let's get to it. If you can, close your eyes and kind of, get some movement into your body, get a little good wiggle going, kind of find your flow. If you feel anything while, moving around, go ahead and send a little extra love there. Release any tension you may notice or find. See, I got some on my neck. Heavy downloads, weighing my head down. Okay. Well, when you're ready, return to center. We're gonna get started with our inhale. Breathe to the bottom of your belly, y'all. And hold it at the top before you exhale. And real controlled exhales. Make sure you're kind of doing it consciously and you're with it every step of the way. You're kind of letting it out like a balloon, like it's just slowly leaking the breath out. So inhale. Again. Feel everything melt away, kind of melt into the present moment. Let all worries about the future, all thoughts about the past, everything just fall away. And just really sit with your breath, sit with yourself, and fall into the moment. Just kind of melt into it. Let's go, inhale. All right, and then we're gonna go right into our body scan. We're gonna start at the top of the head and just place your awareness there. Don't think about it. Don't get lost in your mind. Just kind of place your awareness there and work your way down until we're done. And if you notice anything, any tension or anything, energy that needs to be released, go ahead and release it. And you're just doing all this with your awareness. Don't try too hard, just allow. So let's go. Top of the head, forehead, nose, ears, cheeks, your jaw, your chin, shoulders, your neck, chest, your stomach, legs. Your knees. Your feet. And then your toes. And when you're done, give them a little wiggle. Give yourself a little rock. Find your flow again. Express a little bit of silent gratitude to yourself. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Yeah, opening my eyes after that is always like an experience. It's always kind of like, I don't know, the colors always feel a little brighter. The sun always feels a little, I don't know, everything seems a little bit heightened. And that's dope. That's what a little bit of presence will do. Really powerful. Yeah, thank you for being here again. And yeah, I don't know what's about to come out today, what we're going to talk about, but I'm definitely excited to be here. To get started, I'm going to pull some from my own oracle cards that I made. If you were here last week, you got to see their debut. So yeah, I'm going to start there and then we'll get into some tarot. Y'all let me know how y'all weeks be going, man. I definitely be curious to see, you know, what themes played out, if things from, you know, previous readings surfaced, if it was relevant to your experience throughout the week, and even if not, just what your actual week was like. Because yeah, I definitely don't want y'all just sit here and listen to me all the time. You know, it's a two-way street. I would love to be receiving from you guys as well and hearing about your own experiences and learning from you all and just your realities and how they work and what shows up for you all. So don't be shy. Yeah, this was the last one that we pulled last week. It is what it is. Don't take things too seriously right now, y'all. Understand that, you know, life is to be lived, and what's it all for if you're going to spend all your time worrying and trying to get by, or trying to make sure everything's okay and never really slowing down enough to actually enjoy it, actually spend the time with your family, actually go to the places you love, actually eat food that makes you excited, and seeing different things, traveling, all the great stuff that, you know, this world has to offer. If you're saying that's your purpose and, you know, that's why you work so hard and that's why, you know, you grind and that's why you spend all your time putting in work, make sure you're actually enjoying that stuff, because you don't want to be out of balance. You don't want to be all work, no play, because at the end of the day, you're here to experience life. You're here to experience everything that the world has to offer, you know, and there is so much. So don't miss out on the magic by taking it all so seriously, you know. It's okay. Use those sick days, take that time off, use those vacation hours, call out. It's okay. Like at the end of your life, you're not gonna look back and think about like, wow, yeah, I really worked my ass off, you know, like I really never took no days off, I was never late, that's not the stuff you're gonna be thinking about. You're gonna be thinking about the experiences, the moments you had with people you love, the moments you had doing things you love and that made you feel alive, you know. So make sure you're spending your time doing those things, because those are going to be the things that add up at the end, that really matter, that really you're going to reflect on when you look back to think about your life and, you know, the legacy and everything. So make sure you're doing things that make you happy and make you feel fulfilled. It is what it is. Don't take it so seriously. So quiet out here today. Like the energy versus what it typically is pretty slow, and I don't know, I like it. Definitely my speed. Love Island. All I heard loud, really loud, was don't be distracted. Yeah, make sure you're creating as much as you're consuming. If you're spending hella time watching Netflix, if you're spending, if that's the main thing you're doing when you're not at work, when you're not hustling and doing all that, then I would definitely invite you to, create space for other things. Because we are here to create, and I feel like creation is that bridge to a lot of the things that we want to feel in life. I feel like if you're not creating enough, you're not expressing yourself enough, but you're just consuming like the expressions of other people, the thoughts of other people, 11 as I say this, the thoughts of other people, the ideas of other people. You're just consuming, processing that over and over again. I don't want to say you're being molded by it, because I feel like, we're all strong enough to be able to process things without taking it all on, especially if we're doing it consciously. But it's like a diet. It's a mental diet, like if you're only eating deep fried foods all the time, like the outputs you can't expect to be real healthy and real vibrant and real, they're going to be a little sluggish, a little slow, a little, because that's the quality of what you're consuming. And it's the same with your brain, with your mind, with your energy. So if you're spending a lot of your time just consuming, and you're not aware of that, and it's just the ideas of other people, good and bad, you can't be surprised if that begins to influence your own experience. I feel like expressing how you see the world, expressing your own ideas, and that whole process of what that's even entails, as far as the journey into self and being able to go deep within yourself and then come back and pull out things and create art and just different things like that. I feel like that takes you a lot further in the journey to self, in the journey to becoming everything you want to be, having everything you want to have. So make sure that if in the balance of consumption versus creation, that it's pretty even, and if it's not even, that it's leaning more towards creation, and expressing your own views, expressing your own soul, rather than taking a bunch of things on. And as I say that, the yes card flew out and was flying away. So that's very important right now. And when you are consuming, be mindful of what you're consuming, the type of shows you're watching, the type of conversations you're engaging in, the type of when people are speaking on your life and what you're capable of, and speaking on how they see you, making sure that that's stuff that matches. Because in an ideal world, you would only be consuming things that affirm the reality you're trying to create. Like, you wouldn't be hearing a bunch of stuff that goes against what you believe. You wouldn't be consuming and inviting in a bunch of things that, don't match the reality you want to live in. Plain and simple. Because you are the process, you are the conduit of bringing in everything that you want. It all comes through you. You have the idea, you send out, you call it in, and it comes through you. It comes through your vibration, and you attract in things that match what you want. So ideally, you would only be processing, only be consuming things that match what you want. So be mindful of that. If you're watching a bunch of murder documentaries and things that make you feel frightened or worried about the world, or feel like this world's a crazy place or you're not safe, you might want to cut that back a little bit, or just pay attention to how you feel. And outside of that, when you're not watching that stuff, does it match that? Are you typically fearful in your everyday life? Are you fearful that there's a serial killer around every corner possibly? If you spend a lot of your time, energy like that, then that's an indicator that you might want to check the things that you're consuming and change your mental diet. And I feel like that's the opportunity you're being granted this week, and right now especially, going into Lionsgate portal. I don't know how much you guys know about that, but as far as just 8/8 and the energy that's available to us just from the sun, from Sirius, and definitely look into that, whether that be Google or just other videos of people talking about it. But Lionsgate the portal is definitely open, and as we're getting closer to August, the energy is just being amplified and more is being made available to us. So yeah, definitely look into that and mind your consumption. Yeah, I want you guys got to know everything is that deep, you know. Everything you do on a day-to-day basis and a moment-to-moment basis should be a match for the life that you want to live. There shouldn't be too much time where you're doing things that aren't alignment to that just because, you know. The best way to bring in the things you want is to be the things you want, to consume the things you want, to be so immersed in the life you're trying to create that, you know, it has no choice but to show up, because what else is there, you know? You're already living in it, and everything you're consuming is it, and you're surrounded by it, you're staying in that vibration because, you know, everything you're doing is a match to that. And it's like, boom, that's how you get all your manifestations and your blessings to come in hyper speed, is to really just become those things and to stay in that energy as much as you can, to not go into autopilot, to not fall into your conditioning, to not become unconscious. The more conscious you can be and more intentional you can be, the more you can live a life that matches the life you want to live, plain and simple, hey, the better and closer you'll be able to get to the things you want. You really do have the power. And it's really just in the everyday choices. It sounds like a lot of things, like big shifts and everything, but it really just comes down to the choices you make every day and every moment and how aligned they are. And if you're only making aligned choices when they present themselves, then it's a surefire way to guarantee that your life is going to be aligned exactly how you want, because every decision you made was aligned to that. Tattoo. I saw this card peeking from the bottom earlier too. I'm hearing permanent decision. I'm hearing permanent decision, but also why so serious? Kind of the same energy earlier when it was like, not to take life so seriously, but understand that some decisions are permanent, and you're called to make some permanent decisions, and even those you don't want to take too seriously. And not to say like, you know, like it doesn't matter, or like you shouldn't be hella intentional with your life, definitely, but understand that there are no wrong decisions to make. Understand that life is your story, the story you're creating. Yeah, we create things, you know, in our life, you know, some of us paint, some of us make music, some of us do whatever, but the one thing we all have in common as far as creation goes is our lives. Every day you're making creative decisions. When you're choosing this friend or that friend, or when you were in school and you chose to sit at this table or that table, or this and sit in the front of the class versus the back of the class. Like, all these decisions are very much creative decisions, and they lead to different outcomes and in the story of your life. Like, sitting in the front of the class on the first day of school versus the back of the class is going to lead to a completely different school years. Honestly, like. And that's just one small example, but that can change an entire experience. That can change an entire person, you know? Like, you sat in the front of the class and then all of a sudden you understood, you know, like you became a super student, and it bled into everything, you know? And now you're valedictorian in college, you know, whatever. Versus you sat in the back of the class and then, you know, you met this kid in the back, and then that became your best friend, and you guys became lifelong friends, you know? He was at your wedding, he was the godfather to your child and all that, you know? And see, not to say that one decision is going to lead to a bad thing, one decision is going to lead to a good thing. Both of those are amazing things, you know, but they're very different. And I feel like that's how life is a lot of the times. I feel like typically we look at decisions as good or bad. You know, one's going to lead to unwanted experiences, and one's going to lead to great, amazing things, you know, we got to get it right. But what if I told you that they're both great decisions? And they're just going to lead to different choices. And the magic in life is that which great choice does it lead to? And then when that leads to another choice, it forks off into another 2 great choices. And that forks off into another 2 great choices. And then one time it forked off into 3 great choices. And it's like, yeah, what if they're just all great choices? And it's like life is that way, and life can be that way. And it's all about perspective. And if you allow all choices that you make to be amazing, if you allow all choices that you make to pay you, and to allow you to evolve into, more of yourself, they will. And if you choose to always keep that perspective, every choice you ever make will evolve, will elevate you, and will turn you, will bring you to that next level, to align you even further to your highest path, which is just your truest path, your you is you, the most authentic path for you. And that's all it is. Because even if it leads to bad things, like a path leads to heartbreak, or it leads to, just an unfortunate experience, even in that there's blessings. Even in those, there's perspective that serves you. There's lessons to learn that make you better the next time. Failures, the things you learn in failure that make the next attempt a success. Like, all those are beautiful things. And if you look at it that way, what experience is a bad experience? None of them. Because either you won big and it made you excited, or you learned a lesson that led to your next win after that, or that taught you more of who you are, and what you need and what you don't need, what you like and what you don't like. And that's a blessing, to know yourself more, to get to learn who you are at a soul level, and to see more of yourself, to meet more of yourself when you thought you knew exactly who you were. Dude, that's the biggest blessing ever. So it's like, so understand that that's it. Either you win big or you learn more, you become more of yourself. And in that case, you never lose. And that's life. That's what's offered out here, There's lessons, and there's big wins, and there's experiences, and all of it's beautiful. All of its source, all of it comes from the same place. So understand that, don't take it all so seriously. Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to be open to what experiences await you. And I promise, when you do allow yourself to do that, when you shed those fears, when you shed all that energy that you use to create scary experiences, that you use to see scary things, understand that you'll stop seeing those things. Like, not only will you see beauty in those things that pop up that are less than ideal, but the less than ideal things will pop up less, because you won't have to wake yourself up to your power anymore, because you will understand that it's all blessings. You understand that it's all beautiful. So you don't need those lessons anymore. You don't need to attract in those things that knock you down, that bring you back to the mirror, to look at yourself, to start asking questions again, because you get it now. And it's like, okay, now you can just live. Now you can just experience. Now you can just create from an aware, conscious place. Now you can just, you're in sandbox mode now. Now you can just create your life the way you want. And you don't have to learn these lessons to unlock your full power, because you're in your full power now. Because you understand that I am one with the universe, that it's all flowing through me, that it's all for me, that a tree is just me at another frequency, that the grass is just me at another frequency, that we're all just light, and that even the things that pop up in my life that knock me off track, the obstacles that pop up, are just light, and that they're all there just to bring me to myself, to awaken me to my full power, to get me to understand that, you can do whatever, bro. Like, you're not limited to being afraid. You're not limited to just working your job. You're not limited to anything. So we need to wake you up. We're going to put these obstacles in your way so you can start to question why these things there's got to be a better way, because there is the best way ever to know who you are, to know your power, to be in your light, to be connected, to be in flow with the universe, and to understand that I am a part of all of this, and that I can operate just as free as a bird operates. I can operate just as free as a fish in the water. None of them are overthinking. None of them have anxiety. None of them are suffering at their own mind, Like, they're just free. They're living off instinct. They're living off intuition. They're moving. They know exactly what to do, and they understand that they don't have to control all of these things. A lot of the stuff just moves. A lot of the stuff just operates. They just have to do what they have to do. And we can operate that same exact way. All we have to do is shed all the stuff, the baggage we've had on us, all the things, the conditioning, the programming, all of that, and really just lean into ourselves and go within and discover all the magic that is inside that we have to offer, And that's the difference. That's the difference in experience out here. Awareness, really. Once you know who you are, once you know what all this is and what you're connected to, and you experience it, not just know it, and if you experience it and you feel it, and you get the signs, the synchronicities all day, every day, you see the universe playing with you, you see the sense of humor that God has, and the jokes, and just all of the beauty that life is, then there won't be any room to be afraid of anything, because you understand and you know it better than any words I can ever express. It's just the energy, it's just a feeling, it's just a flow that you're a part of, and you know it and you sense it and you understand it. And I don't know, if you don't get anything else, I hope that you can feel it, you know, because that's the energy that's running this container right now. That's the energy that's shining through me, coming through my voice into your ears and processed by your mind and everything to decide what you feel is true or not. Understand that that's what that is. That's what that spark is. That's what you feel coming through me right now, is that exact flow that exists, that exact flow that is available to you too, to tap into and to cultivate and to create with and to tell others about and to make this place a better place for everybody, you know? And that's the only thing separating anybody, is just awareness and knowledge of self, and knowing, yeah, like I'm a part of all this, and all this is a part of me. The very things that created me is running through me right now. And that all the worst thing I could think of right now is simply made of the same stuff that I am. If you break it all the way down, you zoom all the way in and see what it's made of, we're made of the same things. So why would you be afraid? Are you afraid of yourself? You shouldn't be. So it's like, all this is you. It's all you. So yeah, lean into that, anchor into that. If you can only do it for moments at a time, do it right now. Anchor into it in this present moment. Hey, there is no separation. All you have to do is decide and allow, because it's the truth. It's been trying to flow through you. It's the reason you're here right now, because you're ready to hear it, because you know it at a certain level. It's just time for you to decide and own it and claim it and, you know, accept it. And the rest just happens. You don't have to do anything. You just have to allow. That was dope. It felt really beautiful. I feel like that really hit home with someone. Seconds. This one came out last week too. That's all it takes. At any given moment, you're only 15 seconds away from your biggest moment ever, you know? And that's why it's important to stay present. Because when you're in that state of worry, when you're in that state of resistance, and you're not in the flow with everything that is, you're 15 seconds, your clock's not running, you're on pause. It's in those moments that you're actually far away from the things that you're trying to create. It's not when you're happy, it's not when you're excited, it's not when you're not even thinking about that stuff, when you forgot that you have stuff to do, and you know, you were late to that meeting because you were so present and engulfed in what you were doing, or engulfed in a moment that you weren't on time. Hey, there go my bestie. But it's in those moments that you're the closest to everything that you're trying to create. You're not far away. It may feel like it, you know, because you're not working hard, you're not hustling. But it's in those moments that you're right and exactly where you need to be for your miracle to land right in your lap. So keep doing those things. Focus on them. Really tap in. Take those moments. Those are the most, should be the most prioritized moments of your life. The way you prioritize work so you can have somewhere to stay and food in your belly is how you need to prioritize moments that make you feel alive. Moments that make you forget about things you thought were important. Moments where you're like, oh damn, what time is it? Whoa, it's already been 3 hours. Do those things. Those are the best things to do, the most important things to do, because those bring in your blessings. Those bring in everything you could ever even ask for, things you never even thought to ask for, because you never even experienced them, because you don't know what that vibration gives you access to, because you haven't even experienced it. You haven't even experienced all the magic in the world that comes with that excitement, that gratitude, that love that you just feel sometimes. So when you tap into that and you stop asking, you stop thinking about what you want, you just live into that, you're gonna attract things that make you feel like that. And that's where you discover, whoa, I didn't even know I loved this, or whoa, like, whoa, I didn't ever even thought I liked that. It's like, yeah, you're only gonna experience more of that. So really tap into that stuff, really prioritize it as much as you can, like it's life or death, like your life depends on it, because it does. So yeah, do that thing you love, spend time with your loved ones, man, and do that just as much as you work. Do that as much as you grind and think about the future and stress about past decisions, or worry about if you're doing the right thing. Okay? That's the key to it all, I promise. I'm gonna go ahead and get to tarot, because my girl Lola coming over here. Oh, she gonna ask for a card of the day. I didn't even start pulling tarots. Don't tell them. Hey, hey.
You done?
No.
Oh.
Just getting started. You look bright today.
Huh?
I said you look all bright today.
I do, thank you. I washed my face last night, that's why.
It got you looking bright today.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? You already know the one and only Lola here.
Hi, Key. I was just telling them. I hadn't even started pulling cars yet.
Yeah,
like, you
did?
Looking? No. I was pulling like because I did some cars that I wrote on.
Oh, okay.
So I was starting with those.
Oh, purple.
Does that speak to you?
Mm-hmm.
That's your favorite color?
No, it's just something, it just corresponded with something that happened in my life.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's
Good or
crazy.
bad?
Yeah, this man is anointed, y'all. The spirit be talking to him. What's my card of the day? Ooh, look at my.
Yeah, I told them I was going to be there for you.
Huh? Got a rip. It's hot.
Living life. Being present.
Yes. Ooh, I wish I could just sit up under here with you all day.
All right, feels nice. You see, I got the shoes off today.
Okay.
Chilling.
We're gonna have to do something on my day off.
Oh, yeah.
I was just at the park the other day. You should have came with it. What's that? Ten of Pentacles.
Would you believe me if I said that? I don't know. Last night I just had I was thinking about today.
Okay.
I was thinking about you coming today, and I don't know, just your card of the day, and this was the exact card I saw in my head.
Really?
Literally 10 of Pentacles, and then I thought about, because specifically the old person on the card.
Okay.
I don't know, and then I got to read. Then I was like, just I don't know, feeling real ancestor energy, and like maybe not necessarily ancestor, but like a past loved one or something. Like really just being present and wanting you to understand that they're with you through everything, and that they're accompanying you to, everything you want, everything you see for yourself, and that everything you see for yourself is yours, and that, I don't know, and on your way on that journey, that they're always going to be sending you little signs and little nods, like, I'm here with you, like, keep going, do your thing, I got your back, like, just all that good stuff just along the way. So like, if you find yourself thinking about your future, you find yourself thinking about the things you're trying to create, to know that in those moments when you see little signs and things like that, that's them. So yeah.
Can I just say something? Look,
yeah.
The purple staff he got on purple, you just pulled the color purple. I just said it was significant purple to my life, and I just feel like it's no coincidence, because that's the first thing that stood out. I seen the purple and the purple staff. That's called a staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then you just pulled the color purple.
Yeah.
So, maybe I need to look up. Purple means royalty. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, aligns to the crown chakra and everything.
Oh, we do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. Like literally, and even when that happened last night, I was like, nah, watch that actually happen tomorrow. And I forgot about it until just now. I pulled in, it was literally this card.
Wow.
And I was thinking about you and your card of the day and everything.
Oh,
I'm
see, you just spoke it. Well, you thought it into existence. You know what they say? Your thoughts. You create your own reality. So you create it by your thoughts. So that's why your thoughts become your dreams, and your dreams become your reality. So, because you thought of that, it came into your reality. So that's just how the universe works.
Yeah, it's wild. Life is really cool if you pay attention.
It is. It's really. I love it. It's so amazing. I just made up that.
I feel so blessed. That was dope.
Okay. One more card.
I got you.
One more. And then I'm going to let him get to here. Let's see. I like your cards. That one.
Oh.
The Tower.
Things are getting shaken up. Understand that. From here, just be aware and pay attention and understand that even if things look like they're crazy or they're falling apart, that it's a part of the process of bringing all the new things. Because you have to have space to bring in new energy. Like if your cup's too full and you don't have space, you can't expect new things to come in. So understand that things that are falling away, things that you thought might have been here for a long time that are starting to disappear, understand that's just the process of making space.
Can I show you something? I just want you to listen to this.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. I don't know who this message is for, but I just got on here to tell somebody that God cannot bless what you're afraid to let go of. The people, places, and
the
things
same exact thing that you just said.
Things that are holding you.
I just did it Sunday. Yeah, this was just Sunday.
That comfort zone, that friendship.
And I was just, point back here, I was just saying, and I was on the phone with my sister-in-law just now, and I was just telling her about, I'm about to move, and I'm like, I'm about to throw away a lot of stuff, give away a couch, you know, I was just saying how I'm finna just let go of a lot of stuff. And it's no coincidence that it's coming literally right back to me as confirmation, like it's time to let that go. And then this message, basically what I was saying was, you got to let go in order for God to give you something, because he's not going to take away from you without the intention of replacing it with something better, something bigger. So with that being said, to me, that's just confirmation. Like, listen, it's time to just let go of a lot of dead stuff that I'm probably carrying. I don't care if it's a thought, I don't care, whatever it is, you know, even clothes that we carry, like, it holds energy. So it's time for me to let go. Okay, cool. I love him. I love him. I love him.
This is dope. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. And I didn't even think I was gonna see you today because I'm late.
Oh no, I came out a little late too.
It was all the line, because y'all know I love being late. Y'all, I ain't getting off to 8 o'clock tonight. Pray for me. Okay, baby.
Pray for Lola.
Love you. See you later.
Too.
Thank you.
Be safe. Have
you
fun.
too.
Wow, that's dope. What the heck? No, I swear on everything. Like literally last night, like I don't know. Like,
Give me your Twitch thing so I can watch while I'm at work.
I got you. So yeah, I don't know. Like literally, I was randomly thinking about. I was like, damn, Lola's card of the day. And I don't know. Like it's just like I was getting visuals, and I was just like, boom, 10 of Pentacles. And then I was instantly seeing the old person on the card, called to them, and I was instantly getting the elder energy. And then yeah, just the ancestor, past loved one, just there saying like, yo, I'm here, I got you. Everything, look, this is all yours. Where's the card? I don't know, but y'all saw it. It was like, look at all this stuff. This is all yours. You created it all. Trust that this is all yours. I'm with you. And that when you're doubting, when you think about it, and you need little reminders, and you see the reminders, know that that's me. And it was just all that came through last night. Just when I was thinking about her card of the day today. And then boom, I shuffle, and the card jumps out, and it's that card. And I wasn't even thinking about it. It's not like I was holding that in my head anymore or anything. I let that go. And then I was like, boom, just there. And the fact that it spoke to her, that they're pulling the card out of my bag that said purple, and she said that was significant. I was just trying to show her I just pulled a random card just to show her my cards. And it's just like, I don't know. That's the magic right there, y'all. Like, and I hope that tells it better than I could ever put into words when I'm telling you guys these things about how the universe works and alignment and you know, allowing yourself to be a vessel and just all the stuff I say that, you know, that sounds like good stuff, that sounds okay, like yeah, cool, but that's it in action. Like I can make that up at all. And I don't know, that's like the third time now, the third week now where I've done a reading and she's come and popped up and we've done our thing, and I don't know, it's just very divine, you know. And I don't know, I just feel very blessed, and I'm glad I get to share with you all, and you guys get to see it firsthand, because like this is my life, you know. And it's like explaining could never do it any justice. And understand that those are the moments that inspire these type of, or inspire me to speak to you all like this. It inspired me to create containers and create spaces for us to do this, you know. It's because I understand how this whole, I not even understand, but, or know, because it's not even any of those type of words. It's like I am how everything operates, you know. It's not even like I know how everything operates. I know how this works, or I feel how this works, or I understand how it works. It's like, no, I am it, you know. And it's like that's to the point where I understand it. It's to the fact that it's me. And it's like the best way I can do that is to explain it to y'all, but the fact that y'all got to see it, and it's like that's it. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like that's what's available to all of us. That's what this whole thing runs on. Stuff like that. Like there's no coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence. This world is too perfect, bro. Everything is a product of something. All the energy goes somewhere. Like energy cannot be created or destroyed. They teach you that in school. Like there is no coincidences. Everything's accounted for. Everything moves in this beautiful poetry in motion. Like that's just how it works. Yeah. Just be aware. Just be open to it. And pay attention in your own life. You'll get your own reasons. And you'll get your own proof. And it'll be completely different. We all have a choice. We all have a choice. You can be in the dark if you want to be. Look, she's blindfolded, but look, her hands are free. She's holding these knives. And she's so, it's interesting because right now I'm getting like, she's so hell-bent on defending herself from this darkness, so hell-bent on feeling unsafe, feeling like she needs to be guarded, that she can't even free herself. She doesn't have a free hand. And she's so frightful that if she puts these swords down for a second, that it'll all be over. And it's like, that's not the truth. Like, she can put those down and take the blindfold off and go about her business, like realize, oh, it's just me here. Like, oh, I don't really know how I got here, where I even am, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. I could at least free myself enough to kind of navigate and go figure this out. And that's how life feels sometimes. When we're in the darkness and it's like, oh my God, like I don't know left from right. I'm scared. I'm so scared that I can't even make a decision because I don't want to end up further into this darkness, further into these bad things. So it's like I just kind of sit in it and I'm just stuck. And it's like, why? If you knew that you were divinely protected, if you knew that you're made of the very stuff that you're afraid of, and that y'all are made of the same thing, that it's, essentially you, it's all you just get up, you put those swords down, take your blindfold off, and expedite the process of going to play and figure things out and to, experience wherever this is that you are. And it's like, that's all you're being called to do here. It's just, understand that you're not at the mercy of anything. You can free yourself because the universe wants you to be free. The world wants you to be free. It's in everybody's best interest for you to be free. So it's like, understand that you're allowed to be free. You can free yourself, and you're free to, and understand that that's what's making this the hardest. Your mind is 10 times worse than the actual reality of the situation. Like, the things you can come up with when you're overthinking, the worst case scenarios you feel in your mind that feel very possible, are way worse than whatever the actuality, even the worst case actuality is. So understand that your best bet is to just deal with the reality. Don't even spend too much time in your mind about it. Like, get in there. Like, you know what? Put the swords down. Stop defending yourself, because thinking of all the worst things that can happen and having that doesn't protect you from it. It doesn't make it any easier. Like, oh, this was terrible, but thank God, I already thought this was coming. Like, no, it's still shitty. So it's like, don't spend any time on that. Just get right in there. Skip that part and be like, yo, the reality is gonna be one thing of a million possibilities. It doesn't serve me to sit here and suffer at the hands of 100 possibilities. Because every time you think about it, you're going through that experience. Your body doesn't know the difference. Your mind doesn't know the difference. When you're sitting there, because visualization is important. That's a tool they tell you use to manifest. So if you're using your imagination and you're visualizing negative things, understand that your body is experiencing it. Your mind is experiencing it. So it's like, when you're thinking about this worst case scenario, or this thing that may happen, or this thing that may, understand that you're putting yourself through it, and without even having to go through it. So now you're storing trauma in your body. You're traumatizing yourself. Like, it can get really bad. So understand that your best bet is to just, whatever the reality of the situation is, going to be one thing. It's going to be one of those things. It doesn't serve you to sit there and ruminate in it. And whatever that is, trust that you'll be able to get through it. And when it surfaces, or if it happens or whatever, you'll have everything you need to navigate it. Trust that. Anchor into that. And show up in the present moment as your best self always. And understand that you can only control so much. And that's all, all that you need to worry about. Everything else you allow to unfold. You leave it up to God. You leave it to the universe. You leave it to the other players involved, whose responsibility that is. Because it's not yours. And that's the cause of a lot of suffering, us giving our power away or taking on things that aren't ours, and that's where a lot of frustration come in. A lot of feeling powerless can come in. It's like, you only feel powerless because you're trying to change something that's not yours to change. And the universe is not going to be forced to do anything. And other people have free will. You're not going to force anybody to do anything. So understand that locking in on yourself and, allowing yourself to find flow in everything else, while deciding and choosing and controlling what you can't control, and just flowing with the rest. It's a beautiful life, man, and it takes balance. It takes a beautiful dance of give and take, masculine and feminine energy, to hold the whole thing together. So that's what you're being invited to understand right now. Understand that you have the power, and you're using your power right now to make things appear worse than they have to be. And that's having real effects on you and your body, your energy, all of that. So you need to cut it out. Spend no time in your head worrying about a future that may or may not happen. because while you're doing that, the present moment and the magic that's available to you to change all this, to make all this not matter, is not being used. You're using that magic to make this real. And I don't think that's what you want to do, and I don't think you would ever consciously make that choice. Like, okay, I'm gonna spend right now to actualize my worst nightmare. Okay, I'm gonna do that for about 30 minutes, and then like, you would never do that. So understand that when you catch yourself doing that, cut it out. Like, hey, don't do that. Like, really, like, it's that deep. And it's gonna be hard at first, a little bit, but understand that eventually you won't have to do it consciously anymore. Like, it'll become a habit. You'll notice it quickly, you'll shut it down quickly, you'll change, you'll reframe, you'll do whatever you need to do and move on. But in the beginning, you may not even notice it. You might just look up and then you're in the middle of like the rabbit hole, and you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's like, yeah, mindfulness is very important right now. Meditation. I feel like I haven't been saying that for the last couple of weeks, but that's very important. And that's a big tool in allowing you to, it's not even just the insight that you get while meditating or the peace of mind or the slowness that you get during meditation. It's what you take with you in walking life, because that awareness doesn't go away. When you're walking around, you're noticing things, or you're noticing the thoughts in your mind because you're familiar with the landscape of your mind. You're familiar with the thoughts. You're familiar with the moments of silence versus when a thought pops up. Like, so you won't miss it, even when you're not thinking about it, even when you're not in actual meditation practice. And that's the real value for me. Yes, the time during meditation is amazing. Mystical things can happen. Depending on how deep you go, like there's all type of experiences that await you in there. But the biggest thing I feel like is what it does when you go back out into, the 3D, into your physical experience, into the outer world. It's the stuff that stays with you. It's the way your mind operates now. It's the awareness, the mindfulness, really. It's just, yeah. And you understand that once you become consistent in meditation, once you become consistent in yoga and just different mindfulness practices, and you understand like the way your brain and mind can operate if you practice, if you slow yourself down, if you just spend time practicing it and cultivating your mind. You can operate, it's a supercomputer. It's really amazing, and it's the key to creating your experience how you want to. You get that in sync with your heart, and understand that you can have anything you want easily, like a video game. If you get those things in accordance with each other, and you operate in wholeness and authenticity and understand who you are, dude, the sky's the limit. There is no potential high enough. So yeah, just spend some time on that. Spend some time with yourself. If you don't meditate at all, start a practice. If you check the link in my bio, there's a link that takes you to my bio on Instagram. So if you've seen somewhere else, you can just kind of follow my Instagram link and then go there. But yeah, it says try a free year of balance. They have it's a meditation app, and it also keeps track of the different type of meditations you're doing and where you're putting your time and the minutes, and it keeps track. It turns meditation really into a practice, like exercise at the gym. You did reps in this area, this is what you're working out, this is how many of this body part. It's kind of the same thing for meditation, whether it be like presence or breath work or just body scanning, just the different skills and techniques that all play a part in meditation and mindfulness. So you can really track your progress and really see the difference and, kind of map it all out. And they offer a free year premium. So there's a link for that in my bio. So I would definitely encourage you to go take advantage and start there. Just start small. And then from there, there's all type of meditations. If you want to practice, your psychic abilities, which we all are psychic, whether you believe that or not, it would serve you to believe it because you're blocking yourself from part of the magic that is you. But yeah, there's psychic exercises, whether you have a clear sight, clear knowing. There's different types. They have those type of meditations. They have breathwork meditations. They have meditations that align to different chakras. They have meditations of all sorts and different kinds, for real. So it's just a matter of getting in there, becoming familiar with that space of meditation. And then, spicing it up to keep it interesting, to keep it fun, to keep yourself, elevating, and to keep expanding, because that's really all the goal is, to keep expanding outward and inward. deeper into yourself and take up more space in your outer experience, because it's all here for you to experience. And that's all I want for everybody, is just for them to just realize how magical they are, and how much magic is available to be experienced to them. Like, if people knew how much magic there was, how much connection there was, how tied to the whole universe they are, I feel like, yeah, this whole world would be different. Everybody would be leading in love and light, because they understand that there's room for all of us to be at our full. There's room for all of us to experience the fullness of life. Like, there is no reason for some to have and some not to have, because within us all, we're all abundant. The universe is abundant, and we're part of the universe. We're abundant, and just us being here and knowing who we are would always lead to enough for all of us, because that's how it works. The universe will continue to prove the things we know and we accept as our reality. So if we all knew who we were, and we all knew we were abundant, life would reflect that. There would be no room for anybody to have and not have. So yeah, that's my mission, is to just continue to inspire and to continue to lead by example, to continue to be vulnerable with my own experience and mission, in order to allow others to do the same, to become curious and to feel free to experiment, to adventure, and to take their own journey to self. If this kid can do it, I can do it. If this kooky dude over here can do it, I can do it. And to demystify it, and to not make it look like, because I feel like it's easy to see it as so crazy and woo-woo, and so, this guy's on a lot of psychedelics, or he's in a whole different universe, or he's a hippie, or he's all these things. But it's like, no, like, this is probably the most regular thing out of all things that are going on this planet, believe it or not. A lot of this stuff is operating in reverse, backwards, and downright just not in light and truth. And that's what's seen as normal. So it's like, a lot of the weird stuff is probably where you should probably look into it a little bit, because the things that appear to be so normal aren't necessarily. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for being here. Long story short, essentially, and being on this journey, and yeah, continuing to exchange energy with me, and take my light and take it into your own life, and allow it to amplify you and amplify the things you come across and the spaces you're in and the people you meet. And that's what it's really about. Like, as long as I'm touching one person, I'm okay with that, because who knows, they might touch 100,000, they might touch 2 million, 2 billion, and it's like, maybe that was all I needed to do. Maybe it was all just for me to touch that one person who changed everything. Who knows? But that's not for me to know. It's for me to do what I'm called to do, and to continue to show up, and to continue to be a vessel, and to continue to ground in miracles for others, myself, and to just experience, life, and to be here, and to, just to be, because I am. That's it, period. That's all there is to do, for real. Four of Wands. There's a ceremony taking place. This is it. This is your induction into all things divine, all things you, your higher self, your highest timeline. This is you graduating. This is you, capturing and holding everything that you've been working so hard for, so diligently for, the faith you've kept for so long on the hardest days, the times you almost gave up and didn't. This is it. This is the whole world, the universe, everything that is celebrating, clapping, and as you walk in, as you walk through to be inducted, and it's like, welcome, you made it, and you finally realize, that this is where you belonged all along, that you were royalty, that you were chosen, and that you are everything, and you have no limits, and every single box you try to put yourself in is a block. That straight, black, all of those things are not real. Like, all those things are tools of separation, because at the end of the day, none of that is you. None of that's how you identify. You're a soul. You're a multi-dimensional being, This is one life, one incarnation of many, possibly, depending on what you believe in, So it's like, how could you possibly identify something that, that just because you're in this body, or just because you decide to follow these urges, or like none of those are an actual identity. So we shouldn't, or I don't, whether we should or shouldn't is futile. Like, it doesn't even matter. But there's no point in it, because I'm just me. At the end of the day, that's all I know for a fact. What me even is, I don't even know, but I'm me. Like, that's it. That's all I got. Who's that? I have no idea. And the more I try to put myself in boxes, the further I get from the truth of who I am. And that's true for all of us. Every box you try to put yourself in, the further away you're getting from the truth of who you are. And the closer you get, the more you realize you don't know. And it's not for you to know, it's for you to feel, it's for you to experience, it's for you to just do the things you feel called to do, to follow the light where it leads you, to follow your heart where it leads you. And one day maybe we will have answers. Maybe we will know what this was all for. Maybe we will know what exactly we are, where exactly we came from, what exactly we're doing. But maybe we won't. But you don't want to get to the end of your life and you still don't have those answers, but you also don't have the experiences that you could have had, and you're just left with nothing, or feeling like you have nothing, which will also be an illusion then, because you still had everything. You still had a full life. You still experienced what it was like to not get those answers, which is an experience in itself, because at the end of the day, all these things. And we come here and we forget, like we go under, spiritual amnesia, and, we don't remember where we were before here. We don't remember anything besides that moment, that point we became conscious as a kid or whatever. But understand that, whatever experience you had is an experience to have, because you know more than you think you know. You understand exactly what's going on. You're not as in the dark as you think you are. So understand that, you making it to this point is worth being celebrated, because not everybody makes it to this point. And even if they don't, that's okay. That was their experience to have. And that's the beauty in all this. The further you feel like you are, you're still in alignment. There is no getting out of alignment. Whatever your experience is in alignment to the grand scheme of things, because whatever experience you're having is an experience to be had. And it can change at any moment. You can experience something different in the next moment, but this moment versus that moment is no different. You're no less whole at all. Your awareness changes, and you can make different choices consciously, but at the end of the day, you're always choosing. And that, understand that goes back to the point of, it's all wins. There are no losses. There is no this or that, this road or that road, because at the end of the day, it all leads to the same destination. You're gonna look back and see every path you ever thought about, and it all still came together, and they all still meet at that same destination at the end, because that was always what it was. So understand that, experience your life, enjoy this party, enjoy your ceremony, and take that energy with you as you continue to go on, because there will be more ceremonies, there will be more initiations. You'll be awakened to more truths of yourself and this world around you, and understand that will never stop. So don't focus so much on the destinations, enjoy the journey. But when you do reach those destinations that match a destination you had in your mind, understand that there will be more destinations, but enjoy it. Don't become so used to the idea of it coming that by the time you get there that it's not special, because it is special. And you being in that moment, celebrating it in full authenticity, is what the energy that brings the next moment, that brings you forward, that inspires you to continue to bring moments like that, even bigger moments than that. But understand that if you don't celebrate, if you don't express the full gratitude that's available to you in those moments, that you won't be taking advantage of the energy that's presenting itself to you, and the opportunities for more that's presenting itself to you. And the best way to attract more things to be grateful for is to be grateful for what you've already attracted. Because in that energy of gratitude, you're going to be cultivating more gratitude, and you're going to be attracting more gratitude. You attract what you are at any given moment, your vibration. So if every moment that you're grateful for something, you're attracting more things to be grateful for. So in an ideal world, you would spend 24 hours a day grateful, and then know that in every moment of every day that you'd be attracting more things to be grateful for. And that's the best way to bring in things that you want, because that's the things you want. You want things to be grateful for. I don't think anybody wants things that they don't plan to be excited when it comes, to be thankful for, and all that. That's what we spend our time manifesting so hard for. But understand that you have to let go, because in that vibration of wanting is only enough so you can get clear. Once you get clear, you have to stop wanting. You can't just walk around wanting things. You can't walk around just, oh, I want that. I still want my damn G-Wagon. I still want my Tesla, my Cybertruck.
oh man, I keep seeing Cybertrucks, I really want one. Understand that that's lack. That's the sound of lack, and it's sneaky because it doesn't feel like lack. You know, it feels like, oh, I just have desires, and it's like, no, that's lack. Because if you had it, nobody with a Cybertruck is walking around whining that they want a Cybertruck. Nobody who has, you know, things is walking around feeling like they don't have things. So understand that every moment that you feel like you don't have things, you're attracting more things that make you feel like you don't have things, which is only to wake you up to the fact that you have everything. Because if you knew how much you had, you would never feel like that either. Because you do have everything. You have everything you need at any given moment. And yes, you can want things. And yes, there's more things that are going to be available to you. But understand that the only way to get to those things is to be grateful for the things that are already here. You will not get there by being dissatisfied with your life, dissatisfied with the things that are going on. You won't get to satisfaction through dissatisfaction. You won't. No matter how much you feel like it motivates you to keep grinding, no matter how much it, you know, it's not going to work. You're going to be stuck in a loop. So embrace these things. Turn every day to a ceremony. I know it said this is your ceremony, but every day is a ceremony. Every day is an initiation, because it's another day that you return to your body and you were walking on this planet, and you're exposing yourselves to more things to be grateful for, because you're not the same person you were yesterday. So every day you experience this world is brand new. And if you allow every day to be brand new, and you allow yourself to be blown away by the beauty of life every day, like it's your first day, understand that your life will be amazing. Because you will be surrounded by newness, because your vibration is of newness, is of experiences, of excitement and gratitude of, oh my God, this is so amazing, like, wow, I get to be here again. So understand that you're going to continue to attract things that let you feel that way. So embrace this energy. This is how you should want to live your life. Every day should feel like this. If you want a meter for how good your days are and how much progress you're actually making, screenshot this and go make this your wallpaper. And then think about it, and then like really at the end of the day look at it and be like, what percentage of the day did I feel like this? And if you didn't feel like this, understand that tomorrow you need to make it a higher percentage. That's how you know you're getting closer to this, because this is what you want. This is pretty darn close to what I would think most of us we'll feel like when we get to where we're going. So understand that the more energy and time you can spend feeling just like this, you're getting there. It's coming in faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, and boom. By the time it gets here, you're gonna be like, whoa, damn, I did ask for that. I wasn't even waiting on this anymore, because my life's so great now. Like, I realized that there's amazing things here. Like, whoa, I didn't even know my neighbor was that fucking cool. Wow, I didn't know that this sweater is really actually dope. Like, I never really thought about it like that. Like, you know, like, because there's I can challenge you right now to go find like 5 really cool things in your crib, and you could definitely, if that was the mission, to find things that are cool, I promise you, you'd be looking at your whole house in a completely different lens, because you might not even think about anything you have as cool. But if I told you go find some cool things, now you're looking at everything with the potential of coolness, and you're like, that's kind of cool, but whoa, that's really cool. And now you're in a whole different energy, you're in a whole different vibration. It's like, bro, treat life like a game, because it can be that way. And that's how you tap into the magic, to the vibrations you're trying to attract, to the frequencies you're trying to be a part of, is to invite play into a lot of things. You know, try that one time. Like, let me find 5 cool things in my house right now. Like, you know what, fuck it, like, I could use like a little gratitude vibration, or like just a little play, and then boom, do that and see how you feel. You'll feel expanded. You'll feel kind of different. You'll be like, like, your awareness will be different, your vibration will be different. And it's like, dude, the more play you can inject into things, and the more you can embrace excitement and contentment and happiness into your life, the more it's going to be injected into your life by the universe. But yeah, I don't know, this has been really dope today. I feel really grateful and excited to be here with you all, honestly. But I'm going to pull maybe 2 more cards, and I'm going to call it. Definitely feeling very complete, very expanded, but also very complete, like, you know, like a job well done type vibes. So how are y'all feeling? Y'all feel great? Like, I don't know. This reading has definitely felt powerful. I'd be wondering what it feels like on the other side, you know. Even me, you know, like, I don't necessarily, you know, because it's
when I'm in that flow, it kind of just comes. So it's like I'm not thinking or anything. So it's kind of just flowing, and I'm hearing it with you all. You know, like it's kind of just coming through, and I'm hearing it as well. And that's dope. I'd be wondering what it's like to only be, you know, because I've also got to, not lose myself into listening too much to it, or thinking it, or like, oh wow, that was cool, because now I'm still going. There's still things coming out. I'm still feeling things. I'm still following the energy. So I don't know. It's definitely an interesting ride. Yeah, if any of y'all are interested in tarot or reading or channeling or whatever, I would definitely recommend you guys to try it. You never know what's there for you, and if you feel a call to it, that's all you need, honestly. Allow the rest to show up. All you have to do is allow and accept the call, and then the rest will find you. Watch, synchronicity will follow, and all the little signs and nudges from the universe will follow too, once you kind of allow it to allow that energy to be present in your reality. Because at the end of the day, you have free will, and even the best of things can't get to you if you're not open to them, and you have to be aware of that. Cards are quiet. I don't know if there's anything left to say. 7 Cups. This was the last card last week. Popped out a few times. Again, you're being offered a choice. There's a lot of things that get said here, and I feel like you can't come into these things and leave the exact same as you left. Like, I feel like it's impossible. So I feel like at the end of every week, at the end of all these Monday magic readings, I feel like everybody's left with a choice. It's like you have to choose one way or the other. Are you going to kind of follow the energy that's been presented here, follow the thread that's reached you, that's been trying to reach you? Are you going to look into these things? Where are you going to go down the rabbit hole? Or are you just going to dismiss it all as, crazy BS and just go back to regular stuff, or, just go and whatever? Because I feel like that's not even a real choice, but it's just a choice that's being presented. And if you don't consciously make a choice, like just be like, you know what, I'm going to look into this. I'm going to open myself up to these things and see, how true it is, or what my reality looks like, or what's available to me. If you don't consciously choose that, you just kind of just be like, and just kind of go about your business without kind of like owning a one way or the other, or really owning how you're feeling or anything like that. Understand that you will just slip back into just doing what you've been doing. Like, these are seeds for sure. But the best way to ensure that, they're planted and watered and begin to be nurtured by your energy, your spirit, your subconscious, your awareness, all that, it takes, a conscious decision and owning it, and the power in that. So understand that if you do resonate with what I'm saying, you do want to see if there's more, if there's, just the extent that the magic that's available to you goes, that the best thing you can do right now, what I'm calling you to do right now, what's up, boy? What I'm calling you to do right now is to choose and to accept and be like, you know what? Let's go. I'm willing to go on this path and see who I am, see what's available to me, and understand that you doing that is the choice, and understand that everything else will find you. Yes, you can go and look into it and start to do your research, but understand that the most divine things and the actual magic will find you, and it will present itself to you over and over again in different ways, subtle, loud, big, small, and everything, more and more and more and more, as you could become more sensitive to it, as you allow it to have space in your world, allow it to manifest and to grow and to evolve, and as you do, because as you do, it does, and that takes you. So you're being presented with a choice, and now's the time to make it. Don't leave here and just think, you'll think about it, because you might not. So make the choice now. You feel now. You feel a way now. Either resonates or it doesn't. And if you're still here at this point, I feel like it definitely resonates. So the choice is already made. You just have to own it and allow it to work. So choose yourself, and remember that I'm not saying anything that leaves you feeling disempowered. It's all to make you the newest you possible, and it's all to just unlock yourself to yourself. I'm not offering you any magic outside of yourself. I'm not offering you any, it's not that. It's not that type of vibe. I'm just offering you yourself. I'm giving you the keys to get out of your own way, to allow your higher self, allow your future self, allow your spirit team, or whoever it is that brought you here today, just because they want you to get out of your own way and allow them to introduce you to yourself.
like your actual self and your actual abundance and your actual inheritance and, you know, the magic that you are and the specialness that you are, the God that you are, and just reveal that to you. And that's all they want to do. That's all you want to do. And that's why you're here right now, is to finally get you to give yourself permission to show you everything that there is to offer here in this life and as you. And I don't know what that looks like for you, because you might have even more magic than me and access to things that I can't even, you know, fathom right now. Who knows? But I'm just here to, you know, allow yourself to get you to open that door so you can experience it. And that's it. That's all I want. I don't want you to take all my truths and make that your reality. I don't. I want you to take what resonates. I want you to take what feels good, what you believe, what energetically feels like, yeah, that makes sense, or yeah, that's for me. I want you to take that stuff and add it to your world, and then open yourself up to find out what's more you. And then you can come share that with me. I might unlock some things. I can't wait to learn from you all. That's the biggest thing. And I feel like that's the biggest indicator of anyone who's truly doing this in the right way, whose light is truly, you know, from a divine place, and it's not just the ego, you know, or someone trying to, you know, 1-11-11, as I say that. It's not just, you know, someone trying to take advantage in the spiritual community. It's just, dang, I don't know what that was. But, let that be confirmation of something. I probably look crazy. But understand that that's the biggest indicator, is that they'll admit that they don't know everything, and they'll admit that everybody's reality works differently, and that just because something works for me, it may not work for you. And they don't try to get you to accept everything as truth, and, you know, like, oh, this is how it is, you need to do this. Like, no, because at the end of the day, the more you learn, the more you realize you don't really know anything. And I can share my observations, I can share, you know, the things I've experienced work, what I've learned from other people's, and then practice, and then seeing results from my life, which is all I ever do anyway. But at the end of the day, I can't tell you how it works. I don't know why it works. I don't know that much, you know. And it's like, I just open myself up to it, and I understand that that's all it takes. I've learned that that's all it takes, is being open to it and being willing to experience it, and to see it firsthand, and to be a vessel of it, and to navigate it, and to be a part of it, and co-create your life with it, and co-create your experiences with it. And that's enough for me. That's all it takes, you know. You don't have to, I believe this, and you don't have to do it. You have to just be open and willing to experience it, because it's all beyond words anyway. It's all beyond the mind anyway. It's all beyond comprehension. Like, the actual truth of what is going on here is probably well beyond I could even think to understand right now. And the more you try to capture it and control it and be, you know, and try to get the further you're going to get away. So, you know, I say all that to say, in all things, just accept flow, and experience, and just try it. Just open yourself up and allow the universe to show you whatever it is that you want to see. Because at the end of the day, you know what you want, and you're the only one who can allow it. You're the only one who can fulfill and scratch that itch that you have at a soul level. So allow yourself, and that's the call, period. To just, I'm ready. I allow, and I surrender to the flow of the universe. I surrender to the flow of myself, to my heart, and allow that to be enough. The rest will find you. The reasons will find you. The purpose will find you. The proof will find you. It will always find you. Last card, Joe. I think my phone's gonna die, but 3%. Threes might be significant. Okay, 4 cards came out. Ooh, the world on the bottom. This is it. I feel like this is a really big turning point for all of us. I feel like a lot of things that I've been trying to reach have been brought home, you know. I feel like they resonated where they need to resonate. Even the energy inside me feels more amplified. Like, it feels more to the service, like it's actually being brought through, you know. Like, it didn't feel like it was being filtered. It was me, like, trying to, you know, sort through it. It felt like it was just being, you know, it was just coming, flowing, unfiltered, unadulterated, uncontrolled, untapped into, just pure divine source energy and vibration and frequency. And that's dope. And I feel like that in itself allows it to be received differently too. And I'm sure it feels different. So, and that's what this feels like. This feels like, boom, it all came together. And, you know, this is what it's all about. Moments like this, and this moment specifically too. This is it. Take your pinnacle and go. Take your moment. This is it. You're about to get everything you ever wanted. Materially, like, It might just be the money, the fortune, all that. But understand that this is it. Remember all the things you said you were going to do with it. Remember that you said you wanted to help the world. You wanted to help expand consciousness for the collective, yourself. You wanted to free, all the beautiful things you said you were going to do with it. Understand that that's going to be the key to unlocking more. You're getting it because it's in the world's best interest. God is trying to heal. And if you're not doing things to heal the planet, that's the focus right now. So understand that if you lose sight of that, you might lose it all. So understand that. Take this and do the beautiful things you said you would. Look within. All the answers you seek are within. Understand that it's all you. It may look different on the outside, but we're all the same. At the end, we all have to look up, and we get our guidance from Source. We all get our spark from Source. We get our directions from Source, our plan. It's all divinely orchestrated. So understand that you're no better than anybody. The grass and you are equal. At the end of the day, you all go back to Source. When it's all said and done, Source decides what happens to all of us, So it's like, understand that no one's bigger than the program. No matter how big you are, no matter how much you know, all that, at the end of the day, oneness is the truth. So if you feel like you're better than the grass, you're off track. You're out of alignment. If you feel like you're better than the tree, you feel like you're better than a dog, you feel like you're better, whatever, you're out of alignment. So understand that the only truth is oneness, that we're all the same. And understand that that's where you can find all the answers you need. Just go within. You can talk to the grass. You can communicate with all this. It's all you. There's things you can learn from all this stuff. And it might just be at a vibration level. You might not know. You say, hey, how are you? And understand it. But if you sit with it long enough, you feel into the energy shit, you meditate with it and sit with yourself and really become one with the moment, you'll be able to sense it. You'll be able to pick up on it. And even if you can't at a conscious level, to where you're like, oh, there's the grass, understand that you, in that moment, that ritual of you sitting with the grass, you spend that, there's a vibration, there's an energy exchange going on, and that you're downloading wisdom from the grass. You're sitting there learning things from the grass that you may not even be able to be like, oh, I learned that from the grass, but it affects your life. It impacts your experience here. So get into nature. That's another call here. Get into nature, because there's things for everything to teach you. The beach, you're called to the beach for a reason. You love the beach for a reason. You go and take walks for a reason. There's stuff that you get out there. You may not be able to put your finger on and be like, oh, this is exactly why, but understand that there's energy out there, and there's constant communication and education going on that you're learning and evolving through just experiencing and being in spaces with all this stuff. King of Cups. Be aware of your emotions, and not be aware like it's a scary aware, but just more like just be aware of them. Checking how you're feeling. Understand that you're creating your experience through that. So if you're not feeling in a way that matches the experiences you're trying to create, don't build from that energy. Don't set a bunch of appointments while you're sad. Don't go trying to find leads while you're upset. Don't go trying to, spread your music and find new fans when you're angry, Do that stuff when you feel really loved, when you feel supported. That's the best time to go build. When you feel inspired, when you feel magical, when you feel like, wow, I don't need anything right now. Everything's amazing. That's when you want to go tap in and go build something, because you're going to build something amazing, because you're not desperate. You're not building this because you want to get rich. You're not building it because you want to make something that everybody loves and you feel like you'll be celebrated. You're just doing it because you just want to, because you feel really good, and you just want to make something. You just want to create. And through that, it's going to get you everything. Because that when you need nothing and you create something from that energy where you need nothing, you have it all. Understand that the impact it's going to have is one that matches that. So that'll be the thing that makes you rich, like, wow, like you got it all, you need nothing. It's like, yeah, because when I made that, I needed nothing. And it impacted all these people because they felt that vibration of, wow, I have everything I need, as they read it. And that just grounded in your reality of you have everything you need, because you made all these people feel like they had everything they needed. And understand that, yeah, that's the way forward right now. Energy, community, oneness, and understanding that the best interest of everything is in your best interest. You take care of the person next to you, that's in your best interest, because they're not going to have a bad day tomorrow and then ruin your day because they cut you off, or because they're in your parking spot to piss you off or anything like that. And that's a small, super, super, super micro example, but it's like that's everything. Your impact, it all comes full circle. If your neighbor is not having a good life, chances are you live right next door to them. There's gonna be some bleed over. Part of their shit's gonna start fucking your shit up. And that's not the reason to be nice or be good, or be a good person. But understand that that's a practical reason, But yeah. And then this is the last card. Nine of Pentacles. I'm gonna let you guys read it, and then I'll read it right quick at the end if this doesn't cut off and my phone dies. But if it does die, I love y'all, and y'all are amazing. Today was really amazing, and I'm really grateful for y'all. Like, really, really. So I'll shut up. Y'all get a read. Nine of Pentacles. Don't overthink it. What do you see? What's calling out to you? Colors, feelings, emotions, something from your past, anything. And just follow the thread. Just keep pulling it. Don't overthink it. Sorry, I'm shaking. Alright, if you're still reading, give it a pause. Might sneak in there before it dies. Just everything. This is everything you want, and you did it. Like you made a big, tremendous shift just from the beginning of this video, or this stream to the end. You know, yeah. I feel like there was a block that you had up until this moment, as far as just between you and your connection to everything, and it's been lifted. And the seeds you planted this whole time, which just waiting for the block to move so they could sprout, and you know you could have your harvest.